Hi, I'm Corey with Gold Rush Expeditions. We're out here today in the Star District, outside of Beaver, Utah. Outside of Milford is probably our closest. A very historic mining area. This mining area started in the 1840s, 1850s, depending on who you talk to. Very, very productive up into the early 1900s when a lot of the mines were just abandoned because there was bigger mines that were going on. Frisco happened just a little bit north of us. Really big sites. The area has been a hotbed of activity for years and years and years. Lots of small miners have made a lot of money over the years out here. Unfortunately, what you see here is kind of what Utah has done to their mining history. And it's kind of the initiative that a lot of states have taken to do to their mining history. What this used to be was a mine. There used to be an adit here. There was tailings that came out this direction. This was an old mining road. A few years ago, if I remember right, this was about 2007, the Utah Department of Reclamation, the Department of Oil, Gas and Mining, decided that due to all the deaths that were happening out here, unfortunately I don't think there was any deaths, they needed to spend some money out here. Basically the budgets were getting big and history needed to be wiped out. So this is what you're left with. You've got a big ugly cut in the side of the hill that a contractor did as cheaply as possible to mitigate the potential of someone getting hurt or falling into a mine out here. Don't want to take any personal responsibility for anyone's self out here. Mines are dangerous, they're eating people up. Oh my God, there's bad air, there's rotten timbers, you could fall at any time. Don't take into account that nobody's been hurt out here. Sorry if I go off a little bit, but it's really frustrating because this would have been really interesting to see what somebody had done in the 1860s, how somebody had cut an adit, what they had worked. You can see just from the rocks and minerals around here, there's a lot of quartz, there's a lot of onyx that we're seeing, a lot of really interesting minerals, and there's been a lot of silver and gold that have come out of this mountain. So unfortunately, what we've been left with in some cases is this. So, you know, when you see us out here and you kind of wonder what we're doing with the claims and everything else, this is a big part of what we're trying to fight against, is keeping some of this history from being obliterated like this, because at this point you can't restore it, it doesn't come back, and even if you do mine it in the future, everything that happened from 1860 till 2006 has been completely obliterated in the name of making a few bucks to keep the public safe. So let's move on. We're going to examine this entire site and see what we can find. Hi again. We're out here in the Star Valley again, and we're looking at your tax dollars at work. This is kind of awesome. So what you've got here is a large collar. That'd be super expensive if you wanted to put it out here, but since the DOGM is putting it out here, it doesn't cost a penny, and this will never need to be reclaimed because it's very natural. What we've also got is a shaft here, and we can see this goes down pretty good. We're going to get some shots from down inside, but it's a pretty substantial shaft from what we're seeing. There's a lot of workings. We've got two adit entrances right above where we're at here that have been backfilled and destroyed, and then we've got this road that kind of cuts back up. You can see on the side here in some of the camera shots we'll get, there's part of the head frame that they graciously chopped off and set on the side here because that doesn't destroy any history at all. And then you've got right here your big open shaft. So all of this collaring, all of this rebar, all of these thousands of dollars that we paid for, if you can take a look, there's been a hole cut right in the middle of it. If some retard is going to fall in a hole, they're still going to fall in a hole. It's the same hole. It's wide open, so the reclamation has basically given us a concrete collar in the middle of nowhere that has no historic significance of any sort. In 100 years it's going to have no historic significance. A bunch of rebar and still full access to our mines and minerals. So the mine here, everything out here is gold and silver. This mine, we'll get down into it and kind of talk a little bit more about the ores and the things that are inside it, but a lot of quartz, a lot of silver, a lot of copper. This area is still huge. There's a mine going on not more than 30-40 miles that way, which is north of where I am, that is making just a ton of money. I would say a grundle, but it's not a grundle because we're only in Utah. For Gold Rush Expeditions, I'm Corey Shuman, and we're signing off.